Golovkin explodes with purpose. Uppercuts rip through the guard, left hooks crash into the body. A massive right hand lands clean, snapping Murata's head back. Another follows. Murata stumbles, collapsing under the weight of accumulated punishment. Before he can rise, his corner makes the hardest decision in boxing. The towel flies into the ring. The referee waves it off. It's over. Technical knockout. The arena erupts as Gennady Golovkin raises his arms, emotion finally breaking through his calm exterior. At 40 years old, with doubts swirling before the fight, TripleG has answered every question with violence and precision. Murata rises to his feet, brave and dignified, receiving respect for a courageous effort that pushed a legend to dig deep. But tonight belongs to Golovkin, a reminder to the world that greatness does not fade quietly, it adapts, it endures. As the belts are draped over his shoulders, Golovkin stands tall, having once again proven that the big drama show still delivers, and that legends, when tested, do not fall, they rise. By the later rounds, the fight tells its story through body language alone. Murata's legs grow heavy, his punches lose snap, his back brushes against the ropes, a dangerous place against Gennady Golovkin. TripleG stalks forward, cutting off angles, shrinking the ring with each calculated step. His defense shines, slipping punches by inches, rolling shots just enough to stay balanced and lethal. Left hooks dig into Murata's body, followed by delayed uppercuts that split the guard. The crowd rises with every exchange, sensing the inevitable. Murata fights with heart, firing back when he can, refusing to surrender, but the damage is accumulating. Golovkin's pressure is suffocating, his combinations relentless. Each punch carries the weight of experience, of battles survived, of champions broken. Murata's stance betrays him, shoulders tense, breath labored, guard dropping under exhaustion. Golovkin smells it. He increases the tempo, mixing levels beautifully, forcing Murata to choose between protecting his body or his head. There is no correct answer. The ropes hold Murata upright as Golovkin unloads, calm and methodical, finishing a job he has done many times before. This is not reckless violence. This is surgical destruction. The crowd knows it, Murata knows it, and Golovkin knows the end is near. As the middle rounds unfold, momentum teeters on a knife's edge. Murata continues to find success, especially when Golovkin shifts left, slipping right hands through narrow gaps that rarely exist against a fighter of this caliber. For brief stretches, Golovkin looks uncomfortable, his footwork slightly off, his timing not yet fully locked in. The questions grow louder in the crowd. Has time finally caught him? Murata presses, sensing opportunity, believing this might be the moment his career has been building toward. Then, without warning, the tone changes. Golovkin adjusts, his jab sharpens, no longer just probing but commanding. And then it lands, a crushing right hand, perfectly timed. Murata's mouthpiece flies into the air, a symbol of momentum, violently changing hands. The arena explodes. Golovkin steps forward instinctively, hunting, sensing blood. From that moment on, the rhythm belongs to TripleG. Combinations begin to flow, jab, hook, uppercut, hook, each punch landing heavier than the last. Murata absorbs them bravely, but the cost shows. His breathing deepens. His movements slow by fractions that only elite fighters notice. Golovkin goes to the body relentlessly, investing with cruel precision. The champion from Kazakhstan has found his groove, and once that happens, escape becomes a myth. Murata is still fighting, still answering, but the exchanges now favor the man who has lived his entire career inside moments like this. The early rounds ignite with tension and intent. Golovkin's jab sets the rhythm, landing with the weight of a right hand, controlling distance, dictating pace, but Murata refuses to be overwhelmed. He uses his reach well, stepping inside with sharp uppercuts and long right hands that catch Golovkin clean. For moments, the unthinkable appears possible. TripleG is being tested. A swelling forms on Golovkin's forehead, proof that Murata's punches carry consequence. Murata digs to the body, believing that age might finally betray the legend. Each shot lands with purpose, each exchange fuels his confidence. But Golovkin thrives here, he never runs from danger, he invites it. Left hooks rip into Murata's ribs, jabs snap upstairs. Golovkin studies him, reading patterns, storing reactions. This is the big drama show unfolding exactly as designed, absorbing pressure, then returning it with interest. The crowd senses it, the electricity rising with every exchange. Neither man gives ground, sweat sprays under the lights. The sound of leather echoes through the arena. Murata is proving he belongs, forcing Golovkin to work harder than expected. Yet beneath the chaos, Golovkin's composure never cracks. He knows these rounds matter, not for dominance, but for information. The early storm passes, and both fighters return to their corners, marked, breathing heavier, understanding that this fight is only climbing toward its most dangerous chapters. The arena trembles under the weight of anticipation. Lights blaze down onto the canvas as thousands rise to their feet, knowing this night carries something heavier than championship belts. From Japan, Ryota Murata enters with quiet resolve, an Olympic gold medalist turned world champion, taller, longer, disciplined to the core. He carries the hopes of his nation with every step, believing this is the night he steps out of the shadow of history and becomes its author. Then the roar deepens. Gennady Golovkin emerges calm and unreadable, a man forged in violence and pressure. TripleG, the big drama show, a fighter whose jab has ended careers and whose chin has duffed logic. At 40 years old, the questions surround him, but inside his eyes there is no doubt, no hesitation. Two champions meet in the center of the ring, gloves touching with respect that will vanish at the bell. The referee's voice fades into the noise. This is not about youth versus age or height versus power. This is about legacy, about who still belongs at the summit of the middleweight division. The bell rings and instantly the air changes. Golovkin steps forward, claiming territory with that infamous jab, stiff and heavy, snapping Murata's head back like a warning. Murata answers without fear, looping right hands around the guard, forcing Golovkin to acknowledge resistance. The crowd erupts. This is not ceremonial, this is war beginning to breathe.